MLB. Hi everybody, welcome to TurboBoy98 stream. Happy Father's Day everybody. I hope everyone's having a good Father's Day. It's not Father's Day for me, but I will say every day I celebrate Singles Day.
Hey baseball fans, this is Chris Singleton and welcome to MLB
Hey,
The Show.
Smithy, welcome to the stream buddy, how are you? Give you a shout out. Happy Father's Day to you, buddy. Oh. Shout outs.
An early winter check-in. This representative wants his client well informed on important matters. He'll have to try again another time.
I hope you have a good weekend. You too. You too. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the love. You're welcome. Alright, it's time to play some spring training and try to make this team again, I guess. Let's see.
Hello and welcome.
Let's see what happens.
So two down. So up now for Chicago, Jordan Westburg. The 1-2.
Logan Webb's pitching. How about that?
On the ground. Luciano. They get the force, and that's the inning. And welcome back. And now Joe Pickett.
The second baseman. Joe
Horton back to work. Pickett in his second season, hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he's a former Rookie of the Year. There's a swing and a drive.
Oh,
Way back
get up.
there.
Get up and get gone.
And forget
Let's
it.
go. It's turbo time. Let's freaking go.
He sends it out of here. And the Giants have the lead
feet.
now. It's 1-0.
104 miles per hour, baby. Let's go.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early.
Sometimes you gotta show people how it's done.
The challenge, not get over anxious.
Here's a speed threat. Petro Armstrong.
the center fielder. Pete
It's all good.
Armstrong.
And he hits a ground ball right side.
Playing defense.
Throw
Got
over to
him.
Bradley. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Batting ninth. The catcher.
Bottom four, Raimel Tapia up to hit. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball right side. Pickett. Tosses
Got
to
him.
first. One out in the bottom
Got
of the
him.
fourth.
Deceptive slider right
He's
there.
not
Stayed in the
that
tunnel a
fast.
long time. Got that.
And
He's
up next
fast,
for
but
San
not that
Francisco,
fast.
Joe Pickett. Swings through that.
Ooh, right past that fastball.
On the ground to third.
Uh-oh.
Guillorme to first. And that's the third out. Nothing across here this half. Last half of the fifth. 2 outs, base is empty. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a bouncer. Pickett on the run,
Got him.
sends it over to first.
Look at that.
And that is the inning. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. Jorge Alfaro at the plate.
We're trying to get our first
Up the middle.
crew training win against the
Got
Cubs.
him
Look at
on
that.
the off-balance
Got him.
throw.
Derek
And that's
Jeter,
one out
baby.
as they get the leadoff
That's
hitter
what
in
I
the
love.
6th. And digging in for San Francisco,
Oh, it's 2-2.
Joe Pickett.
It's 2-2.
And he deals.
2-2.
He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Swung at a ball, it says. That's all right.
Swing and a miss.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
This is Travis. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Happy Father's Day if you're a father.
The 0-2.
I'm not. I'm a single guy.
This one in the air right field. Suzuki on the move. Makes the grab on the run.
Oh, wow.
One away.
Oh, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and
I'm
get the
doing
first.
good.
And your final 4-2.
Happy Sunday,
the Cubs
everybody.
go home a winner.
I hit a home run in that one. That was my only hit. It's spring training. Trying to fight for my job. We're both 0-1, Reds and Giants. Well, 333 ain't bad though.
So 2 down. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Come on, baby, get your pitch up there.
First pitch just misses. Hunter Green, a lot of people are excited about this guy. The 2nd overall pick in 2017, made his debut in 2022. What a fastball he has.
Yeah, it's amazing. Even if he's not pitching for a winning team, just stopping and seeing what he's doing is unreal. The fastball velocity, effortless.
Uh-oh.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. They get 2 runs on
I
one
appreciate you all
down.
stopping
Spencer
by.
Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. Doubled in his first AB. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Pickett feeds to second, out there to Bradley, and 2.
Let's go.
And now here is Joe Pickett. Flied out his first time. Line drive, base hit.
Oh, base hit. Let's go. I'll take it. I'll take
Throw
it.
into third. He's in there.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Base is full, 2 gone. And up next for the Giants,
The
Joe
batter, number
Pickett.
15, second baseman, Joe Pickett.
Swing and a miss.
Oh,
And it's
that was a
0-1.
good looking fastball.
Bases
That
loaded,
was a good
2
looking
down.
fastball. Can't believe I missed that. That's good looking. Oh no.
Lifted in the air, right
Oh,
center
no.
field. Hines coming in on it. Tracks it down for the out. And that is the 3rd out
I
of
was
the inning.
hoping it was gonna drop.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Now it's
We're
Franchi
winning though,
Cordero.
5-2. Runner at second.
On the ground, right side.
Throw it to third,
Pickett.
so I'm gonna get you out at
Over
first.
to first.
Got him.
Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Nice low catch right at
Ready
the
for
chest.
the bottom of the 8th. And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. Into center. Sanchez gets under it. And a quick out, number 1.
Almost a loud start to the
inning on that first pitch, man. He's going to want that one back, no doubt.
A 5-3 final score in this.
Got the win. Angels 86. Oh boy. That's not good. That's definitely not good.
Harold Ramirez at the dish. 0-2 now. Up the middle. Pickett.
Got him.
Sends it to first. And they get the out.
Batting third.
All set for the start of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. That one ripped. That's back there. And that one is out of here.
It's turbo time. Let's freaking go.
A big blow to the home fans, and they add to their lead. It's 2-0.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap.
If you're in here,
there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do
I
that,
hit a
and
ball
probably just as many who don't have the
561
approach either. He
feet
let
in
that ball
Colorado.
travel, and he got great extension on the follow through the driver.
Season.
Now it's going to be Joe Pickett.
Yeah,
He's already homered here in this one.
Stream.
Rips one to right. He dives, but he
Base hit.
can't make the catch.
I got my second hit. Get my average
Waste no
back
time
up
there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Number 94, the next to hit for the Angels. The pitch. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Rengifo rounds second on his way to third. In to score from first. It's 4-2.
He was all over that one. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Andrew Velasquez digs in now. The pitch. Bunting for a hit, first base side. He'll do it himself. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 2 outs, nobody on. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. He's already homered in this game.
I forgot about that.
And it finds its way through for a hit.
I'll take it.
And that keeps the inning going. And his hot hitting continues.
Third hit.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's
What
Reese
up,
McGuire.
Blankster? How we
The line of the
doing?
pitch.
Welcome in, buddy. How you
Bounced
doing,
up the
champion?
middle.
You're the real champion, buddy.
One
Got
up,
him.
one down.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
It looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Pickett hauls it in for the out. Here's Keston Hiura. The 0-2. On the ground, the third might be 2. To second for 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Through 8 full.
Oh, you're
Angels
welcome, buddy.
4. And the Giants 2.
I appreciate you all coming through. And I like that double play that we did.
Joe Pickett will hit next. Trying to deliver as the hero. Swung on, belted.
There we
Deep
go.
left field.
It's
That one on
turbo
its
time.
way.
Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.
That
Then we
was
take the
a
lead.
moonshot. His second home run of the game. It's 5-4. That sound you hear is every writer in the press box smashing the delete button on their keyboards.
Talk
Turbo
about
time,
flipping the
baby.
script, Boog. This story was set up for a different
That's
type
right.
of finish.
It's
Now,
turbo time.
who knows
Let's
how to
go.
win? A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball
I was
fair.
actually
An
trying to
outstanding
drive the
job
runner home to
mechanically.
tie
He
it, but
deserves that
I'll
home
take
run.
the lead in the home run. Look at that, 105.
All game, these guys
miles
had to
per
battle
hour.
with that
That.
10th man. Those fans making a...
Look at that. 2 homer games. I had
We're able to
4 hits in that game. I went 4 for 5. 420 feet. The last stream I guys did, if you guys missed it, I had a 561 footer in Colorado against the Rockies. I don't know if it's gonna still be up, but I know it's up right now. Oh, look at my batting average, 545. I'll take that.
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. First offering, and it just misses.
1-0.
Oh.
And the pitch. That one fouled off.
Hey, come on, man.
Tied up here in the early going.
Those were some good pitches, too.
Swings through it, and that's a
Got him.
strikeout. No runs,
Dang.
no hits, no errors. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Bounce to the left side. Zips it to first.
he's out.
1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
The center fielder.
Man at first. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett.
Hey, like you can up there, huh? No one better.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Keller, 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent.
How am I missing this?
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Not in time. He's safe. And now a man into scoring position. No outs. Runner on second.
Oh, you need to pitch
Swings
that.
through it for the K.
Dang.
Slider got him for strike 3. So up next, Joe Pickett.
It's 4.
Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Oh, big guy. See you drive it right here.
And a swing and a miss.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a
Base.
knock.
Let's go.
Hey, there you go. Nice hit.
We go to the 9th. So digging in now for San Diego, number 32. And he tries to drag bunt towards first. He handles it himself. Bunt attempt doesn't work. They get the. Here's the catcher, Ryan Serven. So now 3-2 on the ground right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. Kiermaier around third. He will score, and they take a 3-run lead.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. Just a simple ground ball the other. Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board.
.467 batting average. Not bad.
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett.
We're down 2-0.
First pitch, not close. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Lewis moving under it.
Pot.
And that is that.
He acted like he didn't
Nothing
know where
doing.
the ball was.
Joe Pickett getting ready to hit. Flied out to center in his first at bat. Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up.
Let her rip. One time.
He just throw like.
Next pitch inside, and the count is 2-0.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
See it. Drive it. Come on, kid.
This one chopped up the middle. That's the third out. They get a run on 3 hits. So 2 down. Next to hit for Arizona, Willy Adames. The wind of the pitch.
There he is. Oh.
And it finds its
I
way
missed
through
it.
for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Come on, we gotta get on base.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Your pitch right here. Let's go, bud.
Now 1-1.
Oh,
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Let's go right here.
That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
that
He's
nasty
locked in at the
cut.
plate when he's using them.
And a 7-1 finish into.
Damn, that's not good. That is not good anyway. It's hot today, guys, so I'm probably gonna hear me drink some water. Four and 3 Cleveland against the 2-3 Giants. Let's go. Come on,
Here's
guys.
Miguel Sano. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Bounced out to short. They take the force out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
First pitch, and he just misses. You know, we talk so much about how guys prepare for a start. For Giolito, one of the things that's really cool, he actually uses scouting reports and then plays MLB The Show to execute how he's going to go about attacking hitters. The why to kick the pitch. That one missed. So the night before his start, he effectively goes over the lineup he anticipates he's going to face and plays the game. So he goes through an entire opposing lineup on MLB The Show, utilizing his own scouting report the team provided. That one hammered left field.
Oh, let's
That's
go.
back.
Let's go. It's
And that
turbo
ball
time.
is
Let's
outta
freaking
here.
go.
He'll touch them all. And they add a run. It's 2-0.
108 feet, but when you're hitting it off the ace pitching of the other team, you belong in the big leagues. I'm just gonna say that.
Pitcher tried to intimidate with that fastball up and in, but he was ready for it. Pulled the trigger, and man, explosive through the zone right there.
Base is empty, one away. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. The solo homer his first time. In there, and it's 0-1.
Good pitch. Wow. That was a good pitch.
Next pitch is outside.
Hey, let's go, kid. One time right here.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
A 1-2 count. All he's seen is fastballs. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
Swung on, belted. That's back there.
Not deep
Feeling
enough.
for the wall as he makes the catch.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. He's already homered here in this one. That's out to center field. Valera moving under it. Brings it in, and that will end the inning. Bo Naylor at the plate now.
Didn't know who did that, but
And the righty deals.
they didn't know which one's gonna catch
Trying to
it.
bunt his way on. He takes it on his own. Gets the catcher by a step. Close one here today, and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton. John.
Yeah. Colorado.
So in now for Colorado, Samad Taylor. 0-2 now. Up the middle. Throw over to Bradley. One out in the top of the first. Joe Pickett now at the plate. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Runner at second, nobody out.
Oh, dang, I fouled it. It had home run distance.
On the ground, Groshans. Throwing the dirt, and he can't come up with it.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Marco
An arrow.
Luciano.
Man at first. Next for Colorado, Benny Montgomery, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. On the ground to second, might be 2. They get 1. Over to first, but he beats it.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
And up next for the
Thank you all for
Giants,
joining
Joe
me on
Pickett.
Father's Day
He's 0
Sunday.
for 1. In the air, right field.
Not good, not good.
And he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Nothing. Man at first. Next to hit for the Rockies, Hunter Goodman.
Yeah, Hunter Goodman.
0-1 now.
I play low to the show,
Double play
so
ball
if
to
you
second.
guys
Pickett.
don't
Flip
understand what
as
that
they
is,
pass up
I
the
can
chance
only
at the
control
double
my
play.
player
And there are 2 outs.
and nobody else.
We go to the top of the
When you play
7th. So in now
franchise,
for
you can-
Colorado, Zach Veen
You can do the whole team, but I only control
to the
my
right
player,
side.
which is
Pickett
making this play right
whips
here.
it to first.
Got him.
And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter.
And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. It's off his shoulder, eats him up.
Wow.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you
I
get in
guess
the
they
ball
gave
game.
me a
Right
base
down the middle,
hit. I
not a whole
thought
lot
they were
of
going to give
velocity.
him an error.
Right on
But
top.
I'll take the base
Man at
hit.
second here with 2 away.
Why not?
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett, 1 for 3. In the air out towards right center. Encarnacion moving under this one. He's got it. And that is out number 3. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 9th inning coming up. It's the Rockies 9 and the Giants 4.
How you doing? How's your Sunday?
9-4, our final score.
Appreciate you stopping by. How am I? I'm good. Good. I'm off today. Then go back to work tomorrow.
Hello, baseball. This
Closing.
is Kyle Lewis. Outfield playing very deep, not
That's
wanting
my
anything over their
promotion, is
heads.
to close the store.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Batting 8.
So 1 out with 2 aboard. Now up next for Arizona,
Yeah,
Gabriel
you love
Moreno.
that card. I would
And a
play it,
pitch.
but I'm not that good at it.
Out to short. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. He decides to hold on to it, and they get a
The
run at
last
home.
time I played with
Ready to go
somebody,
for the
I
last half of the inning. And
was
digging in for San
shooting
Francisco,
everybody,
Joe
including my own
Pickett.
teammates, and I
First
decided
offering
to not
misses
play
the
it
mark.
no more.
Pickett
I
goes
wasn't
5
doing it
feet,
on
11
purpose.
inches, just 21 years
But we were
old,
playing
and
some
he's a
kinda-
former Rookie of the Year. And that one
Oh,
hammered
there we go.
back there.
It's turbo time. Let's freaking go.
And that ball is gone.
This game
That's
is tied.
what the fans came to see, and we're all square. It's 2-2.
I'm okay. It really only plays shooting some people. That's probably the game I would play if I was mad at
That was one of those
somebody
home
and
runs
I
where you
wanted to
really
shoot
don't know if
somebody.
he got
No, I'm
enough
just
of it
kidding.
off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but
No,
I wouldn't say he
Cod's
really got the
not a
sweet
bad-
spot on the
bad
bat.
game.
The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it
Kyle Lewis stands
I
in
used
now
to
for the
like,
Diamondbacks. He's over 1.
Blackhawks. Because I used to like to stream and shoot
And he grounds one
zombies.
to the right side.
I don't think they make
The throw to
Blackhawks
first,
anymore.
and
though.
1 gone to the 4th as they get the
Now
leadoff
batting.
Got
man.
him.
well, he's doing a nice job of
Gabriel
keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind.
Oh,
Here's
thank
Garrett
you. I
Hampson,
appreciate
0
it.
for 1 with a flyout. Gets the bunt down the right side, and they tag him out. So 2 down, Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
I
He's
have
already
Vanguard,
homered in
but
this one.
I haven't played it in a while.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. And that is the inning. 1 left for San Francisco. And the bottom of the 7th.
yeah, I
And digging in
think
for
the
San
code
Francisco,
word.
Joe Pickett. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number
You're
9 hitter in the
probably
lineup.
right.
You can't be afraid of
Guys,
contact
you
in
know
this
more
situation.
about it than I do.
The tying run at the plate. That's a strike, and it's 2-1.
I don't think everyone liked Vanguard though.
On the ground right
I
side.
think the new ones that's out right
And
now
they
is
get the
better than
leadoff hitter in the
Vanguard.
7th.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the
Headshot, how
baseball,
you
and make a
doing,
strong,
buddy?
accurate throw.
Welcome in. I'll give you a shout out.
1 down, runner at first. Garrett Hampson digs in now.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a
Oh,
little
you
more
play
aggressive
Dead
right here.
Island. It looks like a good game, but I'm like,
On the ground,
I'm
2
cheap.
ball.
If
And it
it's
gets
not on
by
Game
him.
Pass, I don't get it. No, I'm just kidding. I
Quick
play
throw
some.
back in.
I buy
Lead runner
some, but
holds at second with 1 gone. And here is Joe Pickett. He's
I'm
already
trying to
homered in this
save
game.
my money up so I can get a new
Look
car.
high. Ball 1.
Because the car I'm
In
driving,
his
it's a
7th
piece of
season,
crap.
he features a sinker,
And it's
a
probably gonna
slider,
blow.
a
I just don't know
four-seamer,
when.
and he works in a changeup. Ripped on a line. And that one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second.
How about an
And
easy double?
safely, it's a double and his 2nd hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap.
That
And
was a
I'm
nice
sure he's going to be
base
watching
hit.
that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock. Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board. Keep it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought you said you were getting it the other day. You changed your mind. Oh. You know, if my Xbox headset breaks, I would have to go get another one because I don't have a backup
And
one.
welcome in, everybody. Glad you... Here's Luis Arias.
I thought about getting one, a
Roll the
backup
short,
one just
possible
in case.
2 ball. There's 1.
But
And
Got
that's
him.
2. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. And there's a foul ball. Pickett goes 5 feet 11 inches, hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he's a former Rookie of the Year.
I do too.
And here it comes. Strike 2.
Real ugly 0-1 swing right
See
there.
where
As a
my
pitcher,
water and
gotta
all
be
that
hunt for that
stuff is
strikeout.
on
Keep
my
him off
dresser.
balance. Send
And
it
my
back to the
TV
dugout.
is on the opposite side.
Singer picks to first. And he's back safely.
But actually, I put this in my bedroom, my video game system and TV.
The next offering misses. And that's ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Have a rip like you can. Here we go now, huh?
Got him swinging.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts.
Back here at the ballpark. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett.
Hey, you're
The pitch. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Bellinger drifts towards it.
I didn't get all of it.
Squeezes it. And there's 1 down. One down. And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett.
Come on, I would like to.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play.
Here we go.
Righty delivers. Swing and a pop-up. Witt puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 2 away.
The center fielder, number 6.
Here's Orlando Arcia.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
The pitch. To short, could be 2. The throw to second, and that's 2.
Got him.
4-3 our final score for Chris Singleton.
If you're still streaming when I get done, I'll pop in there.
Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Hunter Green has a long way to go before he's the most famous baseball player from his high school. Mike Stanton went to Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks, California. Of course, now we know him as Giancarlo Stanton. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Sanchez gets under it. And that is that. Giants down in order. They're up 2-0.
Okay.
And welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second. So now here's the Reds cleanup hitter, Jesus Sanchez. Puts a bunt down right side. And they put the tag on him for the out.
Batting fifth, the third base.
Okay.
So 1 out, nobody on. And now Cam Collier.
Good luck.
1 down, base is empty. Ground ball right side. And that one handled. Gathers and throws to first. And that's an out. Welcome back. New inning getting started. And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence. But in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
Way out front for strike 2.
How come I can't catch that? Uh-oh.
Next offering is
I
fouled
fouled
back.
that off. He was trying to jam my hands.
And the 0-2.
He's trying to jam me.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Stay alive. Stay alive.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Let it fly. Let's go right here.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
In now for the Reds, Spencer Steer. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Steer.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Bounce to the right side. Pickett. To first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Up next is Cincinnati.
So digging in, Joe Pickett. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Sanchez ranging after it. Makes the catch. And that is that. Giants are down 1-2-3. They lead it 2-1.
7th inning stretch.
Nobody out here.
And now the designated hitter for the Reds, Spencer Steer. 1 for 2. Ground ball could be 2. Pickett. Over to Luciano. Turns it to Bradley and 2. 2 outs, bases loaded. And here's the first baseman, Quincy McAfee.
Quincy McAfee.
Right-hander
That's
kicks,
a
deals.
crazy name to have.
On the ground. Pickett.
Got him.
On to first. Gets him easily. Ends the inning. So, and your final 4-2. For Chris.
Day 14. Highest batting average right now. Let's go.
One down. Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. 1 down, base is empty. And that bunted towards first. Close play, but he just beat him to the bag for the out.
The catcher, William.
Runner at first with 2 away. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Lefty, lefty, lefty.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter.
First offering. Runner goes. Oh, now this is blasted. Way
get
back
up
there.
and get
On
gone.
its way.
Let's freaking
Gone.
go. It's turtle time, and this game
That
is
one
tied.
felt good, and we're level. It's 3-3. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for a home run.
Baby.
Looking to be
Let's
aggressive
go.
all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way.
If you're not entertained with that home run, I don't know what to tell you guys.
A good hitter
Let's
gets pitch
go.
recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed
And
on
he
it
was running.
and got
He
all
was
of it.
going, too.
And stepping in is the speedy Owen
I
Miller.
almost hit it over by the palm trees. You guys
To the
ain't
right
entertained
side.
with my
Pickett.
home runs. I don't know what to
Tosses
tell you.
to first.
Got him.
That ends the frame. 3 up, 3 down. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up.
Let's go.
And there's a
Base
rocket
hit.
into the outfield.
And we're going to go shopping to the...
Around first,
Yeah.
digging for 2. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second
It still
base.
counts as
He
a
was
hit,
close
so
to
it
being in
doesn't
scoring
matter.
position.
Jorge Mateo now. Here comes a pitch. And he lays down a bunt.
All right. Get the play at first,
And
baby.
he takes
Let's
it
go.
himself for the out. Here's Christian Arroyo. He's already homered here in this one. Hard hit, right side.
Double
they
play,
get
baby.
the force,
Oh.
and that is that.
Oh, we're doing that.
1 down, runner at first. Digging in,
5-3.
Joe
I'm 2
Pickett.
for 2.
He's already homered in this game.
I'm 2 for 2.
Thomas under it.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Ball a strike. The pitch. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Slider.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Stay alive. Stay alive.
Right-handed reliever. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but it's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Hard hit, base hit.
I'll take it.
They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away. A perfect example right there.
That was
plate
a
discipline,
rocket of a
it
base
pays
hit, though.
off.
The deeper he gets into a
And I
count, the
pushed
more
it
comfortable
the
he
other way.
becomes,
That's
and
what
he usually wins the
coaches
battle.
like to see.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hit.
3 for... Yeah, 3 for 3.
Definitely.
2 base hits and a home run. I'll take it any day of the week.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Spring training action on MLB The Show. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against the Colorado Rockies.
And now,
First pitch coming your way next.
2026 Colorado Rockies.
All right, just about set to go on the hill here today, Joe Rock.
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
Batting fourth.
So 2 down. Here's the Rockies cleanup hitter, Brandon Lewis. Groshans off of first with 2 away. On the ground, right side. They take the force out, and that is the inning. So 1 left for Colorado. They trail things here 2-0. And the batter now, Joe Pickett. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And that one fouled off. And a pitch. In the air, right field. Nice grab on the run. And that is that. So they make short work of them there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Giants 2 and the Rockies nothing. Back here at the ballpark, ready now for the 5th inning.
Good?
Now it's the second
Price, how we
baseman,
doing?
Joe Pickett. The pitch.
Appreciate you stopping in.
And that one is lifted in the air. Encarnacion
How's your
under
Sunday?
it.
Happy Father's Day if
Puts
you're
the
a
squeeze
father.
on it. 1 down.
The batter.
Oh yeah,
Base is empty
it's
with 2
Singles Day
away.
for me.
Here's
I'm
the
really
center
not a
fielder,
father,
Benny
but
Montgomery.
I
He's
celebrate
0 for
Singles
1.
Day when it's holidays.
Smoked on the ground a second. Tosses
Got
to
it.
first, and that'll do
But I
it.
appreciate it though.
Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
1 out. Runners at first and second. Next offering is fouled back.
Right
0-2 now.
Here we go.
And that's a base hit coming home. 1 runs in, heading for the plate.
Double,
He scores
baby, let's
as
go.
well. Up by 3. It's 4-1.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Out towards left center, number 15. On the move to the alley. Makes the grab on the run. And that's the 3rd out. Offense help. 4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right. Alright, I'm back, guys. Rivalry time. It's only... I'm just playing spring training, guys, because I gotta make the team. The last year, they kind of called me back up towards the end because I wasn't doing well. And I gotta make the team.
High fly ball down the left field line. Peterson moving back, racing back some more. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, I love that route. The ball was...
Here's
if
Mookie
I didn't
Betts.
have to make the team, I probably wouldn't be streaming
2-2
spring
now.
training games.
And a bunt right side. Goes to second, safe there. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly. One out, base is empty. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Almost drove one out of here last time up. Flied out to the warning track.
Hey, come on, big guy, get your pitch.
The other way. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
Now batting.
Okay.
And up next for the Giants, Joe
That guy's
Pickett.
pissing me off.
Well struck left field.
Oh, get going. Get
That
going.
one back there.
Get going.
And it's gone.
Let's go. It's turbo time. Let's
A
freaking
shot
go.
to left. And they slice into the lead. It's 15-3.
Let's go. We're losing, but home runs can help. Run scores are helping.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch.
And next is the designated hitter, Michael Busch. He's already homered here in this one.
This must not be a big stadium that we're playing in.
Out
We
to
must be
short.
like the Arizona
Dives, but it
stadiums.
kicks off his glove. Goes to second, safe there.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. That pretty much split the zone.
Bottom of the inning, and digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett.
One at a time.
And the pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Graterol, 27 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Some of the greatest players in the history of the game were born in Venezuela, including one that finished with 500+ home runs, 3,000+ hits, and a triple crown.
The next pitch misses, and the count is 1-2.
Good take.
Next pitch misses.
Good
It's
take.
2-2.
He was looking for some firewood right there. I tell you what, if you're not out in front, swing at that pitch, you'll be looking for a new bat.
Staying alive, baby. Staying alive.
Two now. That one back
And
up the
base it
middle,
up
and
the
it gets
middle, and I'll
through.
take it for a hit. No one was playing that side for some reason.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Just kept it simple, played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And
15-3 is how it ends.
All I could say is hot in the South, man. Oh, Oakland A's. Okay. Batting average 370. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Joe Pickett, the next to hit.
See it, drive it. Come on, kid.
That's in there. And that's strike one. Pickett in his second season, hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he's a former Rookie of the Year. On the ground to the left. Davidson jumps, throws. Awesome play there.
He wasn't even on the bag when he caught it.
Up next to the Giants,
Come on now.
the center fielder, Drew.
Man, Chris,
But that was a
jump throw
good
like
play.
that is
Off
certainly
my ground
worthy of
ball
the
into the
StatCast
grass.
treatment. Let's see what the numbers have to say about it.
Yeah, these are
I
some
like that.
favorable
He
numbers.
counted that.
Now back.
It
Bases
does look
full,
like
two
his
gone.
thing,
Elliot
his
Ramos
foot came
up
off
next for
when
the
I was still
A's.
running, though.
Grounded out his first time up.
That's
0-2.
all right.
Bunting
Catch
gets
it.
it down to first. Puts
Tag
the
him.
tag on him, and that's
Don't
the
just
inning.
stand there. Come on now.
Here's Logan Davidson. He's already homered in this game. At the belt and fires. This one popped up.
Pop up. I got it. I got it.
Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in a...
And the batter now, Joe
Been in the
Pickett.
zone.
0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And there's the strike.
Wow, that was ugly. That was an ugly swing. Foul back.
One down, base is empty. And now 1 and 2.
Ooh. That was, I don't know what he was trying to throw that to.
And now the count is even.
It's a good take.
2-2. Apparently he's not going to call that a strike, so you're probably going to have to come in, but I'll take that base
Base
hit,
hit,
though.
center field.
Thank you,
And
center
now the
fielder, for
lineup
playing that
turns
back.
over with 1 away.
Let's go.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Joe Pickett getting ready
I
to
like
hit.
the palm trees.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into
Second
center.
baseman, Joe Pickett.
I probably should have went with the power swing, but that's okay.
That one blasted deep to right. That's back
Get out,
there.
get out, get out, get out, get out.
Outta
Let's
here.
go. It's turbo time. Let's freaking go.
He muscles that one out
I'll
the
take
opposite
that
way,
home run,
and they
baby.
tack on to their lead. It's 4-1.
Let's go.
When you see a guy take a slider on the outside part of the plate and hit an opposite field home run, it fires you up because not only is he flexing the muscles to show the pop, that kind of a...
Now it's the second baseman, Jonathan Aranda, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
I'm surprised I hit that slider because usually I
Bounce
strike
back
out
to
on
the mound.
sliders.
Throw over to Bradley, and
But
that'll
I'll
do
take it.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Zach Geloff.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
He's overdue.
Ground ball up the middle.
2 outs.
Throws to first.
Let's go.
And that is out number 2.
Now batting,
And your final score,
And we
5-2.
got the dub. Let's go. Seven and 8 rivalry Padres, and the Giants are 5 and 9.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Spring training baseball coming your way. It's the San Francisco Giants and the one down. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
388. That's not a bad average.
And he swings and misses, and it's
But he
nothing to
swings
one.
and misses.
Musgrove was originally picked in the first round of 2011 by the Blue Jays, but now a San Diego kid who grew up in Grossmont and got a chance to pitch for his hometown team in the playoffs in 2022. Slider misses outside.
Yeah, it's really been fun watching him develop as a major league pitcher with the Astros as part of that 2017 World Series championship team. It was kind of an afterthought, but after being traded and bouncing around a little bit, he really found himself and became a dominant pitcher in the game.
Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. Flied out his first time.
Driving, huh? Lasers all day. Hey, great take right there, kid.
High fly ball out to center field.
Oh, it's not gonna drop.
And there are 2 down.
So, Treasure, how we
Ian
doing?
Happ up to hit. 1 for 2.
Happy Father's
2-2
Day, So
now.
Treasure.
And he hits a ground ball right side.
Got him.
And there's 2 down.
The first baseman, number 25.
You appreciate
Here's the
that?
second baseman, Joe Pickett.
You're welcome. I appreciate you stopping by.
That's ripped into the outfield.
Oh, let's go.
It bangs off the wall.
Get in there. Get in there.
Close play, but in there.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Nice line drive to the full side,
thank you,
met it out
guys.
front, but just
Appreciate
stayed
it.
through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Now a move being made at second
Thank you
base.
for the
Giants go to a pinch
cheer,
runner.
Vince.
Mason Wynn.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board.
You gotta. I want you to save your money. Save your money. I appreciate that though, but save your money. Don't be spending it all on me. But I appreciate that. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That's it, So Treasure. So let me give you a shout out. I'm not doing
Welcome
my job as a
field. Spring training action on MLB The Show. It's the San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
Oh yeah, they threw out the first pitch. That guy.
And welcome back.
That guy
Top
didn't
half
know
of
how
the
to
third
throw the
inning.
baseball.
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. He swings and fouls one off.
Foul off the stake.
Pickett goes 5 feet 11 inches in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he's a former Rookie of the Year.
I'm
0-2
trying
now.
to fight for my job, So Treasure.
And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
Trying to make this team.
Hey, have a rip like you can. Here you go.
Kicks and deals.
I'm definitely gonna try.
This to center field.
Not deep enough.
Mitchell makes the play, and there's one away.
Batting 9.
One gone, runner at first. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. Checks over to first, back safely.
Hey, nice and patient. Get your pitch.
And that one wrapped foul.
Hey, here we go, big guy. Come on.
Rolled to short, could be 2. Over to Torres. Over to Alonso. Double play. So they get a... Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett.
Hey, 90 feet anyway, kid. Here we go.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Jameson, 28 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2019. And now 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Let it rip right here.
2-1 now. Foul back our
Fouled
way,
it
and that's
back.
out of play.
Very dominant with
I
that
should've let
fastball
that one
inside.
go.
Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
And a pitch. Swing
Base
and a line
hit.
drive and a
I'll
base
take
hit up
it.
the middle. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Everything came together for him. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could.
Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
He's not happy. He's not happy.
Bunting for a hit, first base side. He steps on the bag, got him trying to bunt for a hit. Here's Josh Rojas. Here's a 2-1. On the ground right side, Pickett fires over to first. Play made, that ends the inning. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit, 1 for 3.
Hey, attaboy.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Runners at first and second with 1 gone.
Come on now. One time.
Swings and misses.
1-1.
And it's 1-1.
Hey, Big Mama needs you. Here you go.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Hey, see you, Ricky Bear.
Righty to the plate. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of.
7-2 your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Ball game this afternoon for the victorious Diamondbacks.
And now it's Juan Soto. The 0-1. Hit on the ground to the right side. Pickett. Over to first. Inning over. And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
Up the middle. In plenty of time to first. And the inning is over. So 2 away with nobody on.
So I guess that was a double
stands
play,
in now for
even
the
though he didn't really
Diamondbacks.
step on the bag, but okay.
Kicks and fires. On the ground, right side.
Got him.
Throw over to Bradley. That's the inning. Nothing doing here this half. We played 2 full.
Who's?
Set.
Hold on. Hello? Yes. Streaming? Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry,
For the
guys,
bottom of the
I got a
third,
phone
this
call.
is Kyle Lewis. Right side, hard hit. Leadoff man retired here in the third. Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Excuse me.
And a 1-1. To the right side.
Got it.
Throw over to Bradley. That's the second out.
Batting none.
Here's Garrett Hampson. And he grounds one to the right side. And that chance handled. Whips it to first. Third out. And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. 0 for 1 so far.
Pickett.
Let it fly right here.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul.
All these Giants doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at bats out of them. It worked 3
Oh,
Ground ball, and that's through the infield.
Oh,
Run
yeah,
comes
I
in
think
from
so.
second, and they lead by 3.
what I'm talking about.
Really nice job, Steve.
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. This one drilled to
Oh,
left.
let's go.
No doubt about
It's
it as they
turbo
add
time.
on
Let's
more.
freaking go.
An
Let's go.
absolutely majestic shot. And they boost their lead. It's 10-2.
420 feet. Let's go.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first.
And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. He's already homered here in this one.
Hey, come on, big dog. Get your pitch.
Swing and a miss. Strike one. This one smoked out to left. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for home. Play it home. He's safe. And it's now 12-2.
That's how you get it done.
Here's Josh Rojas, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The 0-2. On the ground, right side.
Got him. Got him.
Throw over to Bradley. 2 away. Man at first with 1 gone. Number 94 stands in now for the Diamondbacks. The 0-1. To third might be 2. Over to second for 1. On to first, double play. And that's the inning. This one pretty all set to start the 9th in this one. And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. And he deals. Ball 1 there. Leclerc in his 10th season, 32 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Next offering is in for a strike.
Where do you even begin with the talent we've seen from the Dominican Republic? Vladdy, Big Papi, Pedro, the list goes on and on.
Pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, square one up. One time.
Knocks it down to first, and he just gets it there in time. 1 away.
Dang.
And your final
That's hot.
12-2.
I had 2 hits, 2 for 4. Not bad. A single and a home run. I could deal with that. Yeah, 383.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Chicago. Second inning set to go. Here is Moncada. Right side, Pickett. 1 up, 1 down.
Out. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 15.
Here's Tim Anderson. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. 0-1. Lined, and that's a base hit. Lead runner around second. The throw in. Safe. Not in time to get him, and it's first and third with 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Kopech, a throw over. Pages dives back in safely. Swings through that one. 0-1. Pages off of first with 2 away.
Base hit. I'll take it.
Base hit. Here is Yoan Moncada. Grounded out his first time.
Still didn't score. Dang.
On the ground, right side, Pickett. They get the force. Third out, and that ends the frame. And up next for Chicago, Seby Zavala. He was plunked in his first trip to the plate. And here's a 3-2. Bounce to the right side. Slings to first. That's the first out in the top of the fourth. Luis Robert now 1 for 2. One down, base is empty. Bounce to the right. Pickett. The throw to first, and they take care of Robert for the out. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett.
Have a rip, kid. Here you go.
Kopech back to work. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field.
I'll take that.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside.
Back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Tim Anderson. He's already homered in this game. Pickett sends it to first. Now one gone in the top of the sixth. Set for the last half of the seventh, and digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. This one in the air, center field. Pulls it in on the run. And a quick out, number 1. Omar Narvaez at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And the 0-1. Slow roller up the middle.
Got him.
Gathers and throws to first. Now one gone and 2 outs, base is empty. And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett.
See it? Try it. Let's go. Right here.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Crochet, 26 years old, a former first-round pick in 2020.
Yeah. Ooh, foul in the back. Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
I missed it.
Get your pitch on.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game. 4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire
2 for 4,
outstanding.
not bad. Not bad.
I guess.
Against Seattle, huh? Well, my batting average is 391.
Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Let her rip right here.
Can we?
Swings and misses. And that is strike 1. Pickett in his second season.
Hello?
Hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he's a former Rookie of the Year.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
0-2 now. Hammers that one
There we
deep
go.
left field.
That's
and
turbo
forget it.
time. Let's freaking go and hit the sign. Let's go.
A towering home run. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
I hit that sign. That's more than 393 feet, but okay.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it
hit the
and
sign.
got it.
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. The solo homer his first time.
You guys saw about it. Hit the
Hard
sign.
ground
I'll
ball,
go for
base
2 for
knock.
2. I'll go 2 for 2.
Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Is it me you're looking for?
Hey, come on, big dog.
I can see it in your
The
eyes.
line of the pitch. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
The wind and the pitch. Swing
Got
and a
me.
miss. He swung
Got me
over
on the
top of the
nasty
curveball.
slider. I thought he was going to.
And now it's Esteban Florial.
That's okay.
And the lefty with the 0-1. That one to first. Can't glove it cleanly. Over to Luciano. Turns it. First and second, one out. Blaine Prim now at the plate. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Grounder might be two. To second, that's one.
Got him.
Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. And your final
got the
4-2
win.
for
I'll
Chris
keep it
Singleton and
three.
our entire.
A single and a home run. Let's go.
John.
Alright, so guys, I'm back. Oh, 403 I'm hitting. Let's go.
One down. Stepping in, Seth Beer. 0-2 now. And a sack bunt here. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2. Welcome back. Top of the second. Now here is Joe Pickett. The pitch. That one hit to right. Tolia has it sized up.
Oh, it
and
didn't
makes
fall.
the grab.
I was hoping it would
One
fall
away.
in before you got there.
And now it's Vidal Brujan. The walk and a run scored his first time.
Alright, try to hit it to me this time. Oh, and he
On
does.
the ground right side.
And he
4,
does.
6,
And he does.
3. It's a
Let's
double
go.
play. And that'll do it for the inning.
Hey, one time.
Runner on at first with one gone. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. 0 for 1 with a flyout. On the ground, could be 2.
Jeez.
Davidson over to second, and that's 2.
Oh, come on.
One hit in the inning, but no one left. We head down to the home.
Let's get out of this.
So 2 on with 2 away. Striding to the plate now for Oakland, Zach Geloff. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Ground ball right side. They take the force out. That ends the inning.
One down.
And now Steven Arojo. A strikeout and a walk. Hit on the ground might be 2. Pickett lost to second, and their second double play of the day will end the 4th. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And that's in there for strike one.
Well, these Giants doing a good job of simply getting the
strike.
bat on the ball in this game, and
What
the
are you
numbers
calling,
back that
Blue?
up. Only 2 strikeouts
kind of
so
game
far,
are you
and
calling
obviously
back there?
they've been able to pick up plenty
What's
of
that, a
hits,
strike?
so it's been an impressive one.
Swings and misses, struck him out. One away, runners at first and third. Digging in for Oakland, Zach Geloff.
It's turn
And
2.
a
We're
pitch.
winning. That's all that matters.
Swing and a bouncer. Williams flips it behind his back. And that's the second out of the inning on the force play. Over to first, safe. So first and second with 2 outs. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. Base hit into right
I'll
center.
make it up for my
Runner
strikeout.
around third on his way to the plate. One runs in. Runner
It was a
around
double.
third. Bruhan with a relay throw. Safe.
Let's
He
go.
beat the tag. And they lead
That's
by
what happens
4.
when you strike
Nicely
me out.
done.
Should've
Brings
gave my
home 2.
pitch
A well-deserved
last
double
time.
on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as
Hey,
well as
look,
you
I
could
got into
possibly ask.
second base. You tried to tag him, but he was all the way in there. Not even
Down to the
close.
bottom of the 8th. Striding to the
Not
plate
even
now
a
for
close
Oakland,
play.
number 82. Swing and a slow roller.
That's all right.
Pickett
You're out of there.
tosses to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Steven.
Ain't no one better. Need you right here.
In the dirt. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over.
Why would you go?
9-6 the final in this one for Chris.
I probably would have had a second hit. There's no sense into that. He should have stayed put. Who told him to go should be fired. Well, I'm here at 394, so I'm still above everybody else, so... As I stay above everybody else, I should make this team.
So up next, Joe Pickett.
Oh, yeah. Chad Horton.
That's hard hit on the line.
That's gonna fall? No?
Tapia makes the play. Runner tagging for third. In there. He's safe. It
Let's
feels
go.
like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew.
Go ahead run on base. Now Molina at the plate.
Molina. Molina.
On the
Molina.
ground. Pickett. They get the force. Out number 3. So here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. The wide to kick the pitch. Center field. Crow
Oh, it's not
Armstrong
deep
should have
enough.
it. And puts the squeeze on that one. That's out number 2.
I don't know how you can
Man at
see the
first.
baseball in the
And
rain
up
like
next for
that in the
Chicago,
outfield.
Kevin
Okay.
Alcantara. Now the 0-1. Double play
Green
ball to
Josh should be
second.
getting in my eyeball.
Over to Luciano.
Got him.
Turns it. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett.
0 for 2.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Are you sure it wasn't a strike, Blue?
And that's in for a
That
strike.
was the exact same pitch.
That one is absolutely belted.
Oh,
That's
get
back.
Up. Get up and get going. Nope.
Pulls it in on the warning track.
Benny hammered that to straightaway center field. It's a deep part of the ballpark. Tell you what, that wind is...
Back to the top of the order now. Greg Jones will hit next.
Why is it so windy, huh?
And now the 0-1. Bunting for a hit. And they put the tag on him. That's the third out.
We win this.
Close one here today, and your final.
0 for 3. Finally a 0 for 3. That's not good. That's definitely not good. $378. I'm still above, so okay. I didn't lose that much.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Spring training baseball coming your way. It's on to the third inning. And now the DH, number 94.
It's the Angels.
Steele back to work.
Oh, no.
Hard hit, right
oh,
side.
Yes. Got him.
Tosses to first.
Got
Leadoff
him.
hitter
You're not
gone to the
that
third.
Now batting, shortstop.
Here's David Fletcher. He's 1 for 1. Led off the game with a single.
Somebody needs
The
to
0-1.
call this man a manager.
On the ground right side. Pickett.
Because he ain't fast. Got
Fletcher
him.
retired.
He knows he's not fast. I don't know why he's jogging down
Man
the
at
line
first,
like he
Joe
thinks he's going to
Pickett
beat it
digs
out.
in now. First offering misses the mark. Pickett goes 5 feet 11 inches, just 21 years old, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. Tapped softly on the ground. Quickly to second for 1.
Beat it
Throw
out.
to first, but he beat it.
Good
I
two-seam
beat
action
it
right
out.
there, running away from the batter, rolled over it, got the ground out.
Designated hitter.
So digging in, Joe Pickett. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time.
Can I go yard?
Ground ball left side, and it's just foul. That was close.
That should have
No
been
outs,
fair.
runners at first and second. Swing, and that
There
one
we
hammered.
go.
Down
It's
the line. If
turbo
it's fair,
time.
it's
We took
gone,
the
and that
lead.
is out of here.
Let's go. Let's go.
That should fire up the
Yes.
dugout, and it gives them the lead in the 5th. It's 3-2.
How you like them apples, Angels?
Well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but
That
a sure
pitcher
thing
knew
to
it-
get out.
knew
But
as
today,
soon
the
as I hit
conditions
it
were
that it
right. He
was
got
over the
just
fence.
enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
Look at that on the other side of the board.
Now Trout gets a chance to hit.
Number 27, Mike.
Come on, Trout, hit it to me. You know you want to.
Hey, two-way now.
And the right-hander deals. Up the middle.
What did I say?
Pickett.
He wanted to.
In
Got him.
plenty of time to
Look at
first.
that.
That ends the
Look at
frame.
that, D.
So
Look
the
at that,
Giants
bro.
pen gets the job done. Heart of the. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. He's already homered here in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Rips that one to right.
Oh,
And
he
puts
caught
the
it.
squeeze on that. And there's 2 down.
Up
How
next,
did
the
that
Giants.
not?
And the final score here, 4-3.
1 for 3. That's all right. We're doing what we can, right, fellas? $377. Seemed like I played every spring training game, so they must like me or something.
Here's the left fielder, Stuart Fairchild.
Here we go.
They might feel like
On the ground, right side.
I made the team. Got him
Gets it to first. 1 out in the top of the
by a
first.
step. That dude was hustling.
And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett.
Kind of a throwback.
Day,
No batting
every day,
gloves.
every day.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the
Ooh,
fastball.
look
Last
out,
thing you want
first
to do is
base
miss
coach.
a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Yeah.
And And 1-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
All right, he's working on it.
Swing and a miss.
I
Struck
should
him
let that
out.
ball go. Dang.
Bogey just
All
ran
right.
out of patience there.
Back here at the ballpark, now the number 2 hitter, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford is still playing.
On the ground right side, and he can't come up with it.
Yeah.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Julio Rodriguez.
Hey, now get your ground ball. Turn 2 for you right here.
On the ground left
Lynch.
side, 6, 4.
Got him. Look at that Derek
And they
Jeter
turn
right
the
there.
double
Let's
play.
go.
Well, a very fast developing play.
And welcome back. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett.
The second
Miller
baseman.
back to work. And a swing and a miss.
Well, these Giants need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Swing and a miss at the splitter,
Got
and it's a strikeout.
He should have thrown
At
that
the plate,
fastball.
Julio Rodriguez.
Hey, game yourself right here.
That's all right. That's all
The
right.
1-2.
God.
Ground ball
Yeah,
left side
let's
could
go.
be 2.
Let's go.
Slings to second, over to first, safe.
Oh. Okay.
Now batting.
Top of inning number 7, and now for Seattle, number 43. On the ground right side.
Got him.
That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
The batter. Number
First and second, 1 out. Joe Pickett getting ready to hit. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Hey, come on, big dog. Get your shit.
Pitch misses inside, and that is ball 1.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Fought off foul. And that's
Base
ripped
hit.
for a base hit. Here comes the runner. Hernandez fires
go.
it to the plate. It's off the mark, and he scores.
Let's
It's
go.
2-1.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their
Base
feet,
hit.
knowing that you can come
RBI.
through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try
And
to do
a
too
back
much.
throw off line. Not even real close to the plate. We'll take the lead.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Bounced up the middle.
Got him.
Tosses to first. First out in the top of the 8th. And your final
You
4-2
get the
for Chris
dub.
Singleton. By.
My only hit was the go-ahead run. Wait, where's my batting average? It's not gonna show. Oh, there we go. 375. Oh, I'm the only one at 375, so yeah. If I don't make this ball club, they need to trade me. Because I'm ahead of
Next
everybody
up for
in the
Texas,
batting.
Evan Carter. Worked a walk in his
Average.
first trip to the plate. And he grounds one to the right side.
Got him.
Throw over to Bradley. That ends the inning, and they limit.
Here you go right now.
Here's Josh Young,
next for the
and
Rangers.
he's already singled in
Josh.
this game.
John.
Young.
Oh, Young.
To
These
the
guys
right
young
side,
differently.
to
Got
first,
him.
and they got him.
The left fielder, number 22.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Way high. Pickett goes 5 feet 11 inches, just 21 years old, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. On the ground to the left,
Oh.
and foul ball.
by an inch.
To third. Over to Lowe. One
Got
gone,
me.
bottom of the third inning.
Got me.
Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Swing and a miss. Slider right there.
Fooled on that pitch, got a little anxious.
And there's a base hit into
Base
left.
hit.
They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield.
I shot it and it was
I think
hit
he'll be
hard.
happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Man at first with one gone. Now the third baseman, Josh Young, 1 for 2. 3-2 now. Maybe a 2-ball, 5. There to beat him by an eyelash. 2 outs, runner at first. And here's the catcher, Sam Huff, 1 for 3. The 1-2.
1 for 3. Catch it.
And a base hit right there. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
The third baseman.
Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. You know, if in fact Jacob deGrom adds to his Cy Young total as a Ranger, he'll become the first Ranger ever to win the Cy Young Award, and that would leave only the Colorado Rockies as a team that does not boast a Cy Young Award winner. Stays alive.
I thought Texas had a Cy Young.
Burleson leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
I forgot the pitcher's name, but
Registers the punch out and hits 101. No runs, no base hits, no errors. Welcome back. We go to the top of the 7th. Now the left fielder, Wes Kath. The 2-2. Out towards right center field. It falls in, and that's a hit. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Sam Huff, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. The pitch. Grounded to third. Could be 2. There's 1 to Bradley and 2.
I think there's always something pretty about watching a fight.
2 on with 1 out. And now the first baseman, Lawrence Butler. Entered the game on defense, so this is his first trip to the plate in this one. To short, could be 2. Flips it behind his back. Luciano to second, over to first, but he beats it. Back here at the ballpark, now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. And a pitch. This one high in the air to left center. Kingery settles under it. He's got it, and there's 1 away. 8-2 the final here for Chris Singleton.
oh, okay, Bestich. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Means a lot. I hope you get dubs. I hope you win. $369.
Ready to go now. Stepping up for the Guardians, Andres Jimenez. On the ground, right side, Pickett. Throw to first is in time. 1 up, 1 down. So 2 down, and up next for Cleveland, Stephen Kwan. He reached out a walk his first time. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a pop-up.
You got it. You got it.
Pickett puts it away. That is the inning. Runner at first with 2 away. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. That's in for a strike.
Hey, let her fly. Let her fly.
The pitch. That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pages, the runner at first with 2 gone. Comebacker to the mound. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. 1 hit, 1 left. We head on now to the.
He should have ran. I don't know why he didn't go in motion.
Digs in for the Guardians.
I question this game's decision
and a run
sometimes.
scored so far. Here comes a pitch. Up the middle, Pickett. Fires over to first. He's out. And welcome back. Now it's the DH, Jhonkensy Noel. Bounce to the right. Pickett.
Got him.
Tosses to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. So 1 out, nobody on. MJ Melendez now at the plate. Up the middle. Pickett.
Got him.
Whips it to first. And 2 away now.
Now batting.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Bounce to the right side. Slings to first. That's the 3rd out. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. He's 0 for 1. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Stallings hauls it in, 2 away.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome.
Man at first, Miguel Sano digs in for the Guardians. He's
now.
already homered in this game. The pitch. Rolled to short, possible 2 ball. Fired to second, to Bradley, and 2. Ready for the bottom of the 8th, and digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. And a pitch. That one ripped. Way back there. Hauls it in on the warning track.
Old school, welcome in, buddy.
He was
How you
all
doing?
over that first pitch
Happy
fastball,
Father's
just barely missed it. Man, this guy was.
Joe Pickett, the
I'm
next
not a
Giant to
father,
hit.
so don't
Almost drove
say
one out
that.
of here last time up. Flied out to the warning track.
Up the middle. What a stop. Throw to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Well, you can see right
Good,
there,
how
he looks
about you?
very
I'm
comfortable
good.
going to the
You're
backhand.
welcome.
Nice
I got you,
diving
I'm
stop,
sure.
gets up to complete
know
the
that.
play. That'll...
You come in here, you get shout outs. I'm second. Alright, let's... Going pretty good. I'm trying to make the team.
And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett.
I gotta get some hits in this game, though.
Fouled off. He was late. No score here in the 2nd.
I want to hit a home run again.
Next offering misses
But
down
I
and
know
away.
these pitchers are gonna try to do everything in their power not to let me hit one. I'll
Hit
take
hard,
that base hit,
gets
though.
through.
There we go. Bump my average a little bit.
Batting 8, the third baseman.
Tyro Estrada to the plate.
The second baseman.
This one.
Chris Logan Webb,
Yeah.
a Northern California guy.
I don't really
He
have
grew
to
up
win
a
in
fan of the Oakland
preseason
A's.
because it
He grew
doesn't
up
mean
going
anything.
to both teams'
The
games,
regular
Giants and A's,
season
but
when
his
it
dad was
counts,
an
but
Oakland
I'm
fan,
trying to
so he loved
make
the
the
Tim
team.
Hudson, Bobby Crosby,
six.
Stephen
third
Vogt
baseman.
teams with the Oakland. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Joe
I'm
Pickett.
tired of them keeping me
Ground
down
ball
there
right
and then
side.
calling me up and then
On to first.
sending me back
One
down
up, one
there,
down.
you know?
Well, he's doing a
Keep
nice
me
job
up.
of
I
keeping...
belong up here.
Tyro Estrada steps to the plate for the White Sox. Grounded out his first time. On the ground. Pickett
Got him.
sends it to first.
Look at
and
that
Estrada
throw. Look
is
at
out.
that strike.
And now Joe
1 for 2.
Pickett, 1 for 2.
Let's see if I can hit a home run. That's what I would like to do.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-0.
Look, I lead the league with 25 RBIs.
And the
I
righty
lead the
deals.
team.
And a swing and a
25
miss there.
RBIs.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
And here it comes.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
In the dirt. And the runner stays where he is.
Oh yeah, you blocked it.
Let her rip, let her rip.
These announcers are horrible.
The 3-1. 3-1,
Walk
and he
me.
couldn't come up with it.
I'll take the
Pretty
walk.
easy walk
Thank
right
you.
there. Last pitch wasn't even
Thank
much
you,
to think
Dustin
about.
May.
Third base.
Omar Narvaez at the plate. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a
I don't
base
know if
hit.
that's gonna help me make the team or not, but
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Next pitch is
I got
popped
it.
up.
I got it.
Pickett settles under it and makes the catch. And that is that. So a man. Runners on the corners with 1 gone. And up next for San Francisco,
Let's get
Joe
some
Pickett.
hits. Get another hit.
Foul ball there.
Oh, I was
In the
on
infield
top
at the
of it.
corners, don't be surprised to see them
I
come
was
home
on top
first
of it.
and prevent that run from scoring.
2 on, 1 out. And that one fouled off.
Right guy, right place. Need you here.
Double play ball to second. Tags the runner for 1. And that's 2. 1 error. The shutout in this one. 3-0.
Got 1 hit. Yeah, I made the team. Let's go. Dodgers, Giants. Let's go.
So almost ready to get underway. And starting this one, Logan Webb.
Comes into this start sporting a light.
You're off Sunday? Really?
I
Lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
Come on, big guy. You drive it right here.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Burleson at second. Pajes on at first with 2 down. In the air, left side.
Come on, get out,
Peterson
get out, get
drifts
out.
towards it. Brings it in, and that will end the inning. On to the
was trying to go
fourth.
deep.
Here's the left fielder, Jock Peterson. Webb back to work.
don't know. I might need some more water here, guys.
Ground ball to the right side.
Got him.
Throws to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. 2 outs, runner at first. And now the shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
I'm glad we still kept Logan Webb.
Hard hit left side. They take the force out, and that is the 3rd out of the year.
Let's go up
and
and
here
beat
is Joe
it's
Pickett.
3-1.
Flied out his first time.
3-1 Dodgers.
Turned on, but that's foul down the 3rd baseline. Pitchers and catchers have a unique bond in general, but Gallen and Carson Kelly actually lived together for a while when they played at AAA. Technically, it was Kelly's apartment, and Gallen slept on an air mattress.
Got to do what you got to do coming through the minor leagues, but that can definitely help to strengthen that bond, be on the same page when you get into the ball game. Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much.
Back here in San Francisco, top of inning number 7, and now it's Gavin Lux. To the right side. Throw over to Bradley, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. So 1st and 2nd with 1 man gone. Now the left fielder, Jock Peterson. Right-handed reliever. On the ground to 2nd, might be 2. The throw to 1st. That's out number 2.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Left-hand hitter waits. Now a slow roller to 2nd. Pickett gathers and throws to 1st. That ends the inning. So up next, Joe Pickett.
Please give me something to hit. All you gotta do is just base
Line
it. I'll
drive,
take
and
it.
that's a base hit out into center field.
That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that.
He's 2 outs away. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
And that one is lifted in the air.
Oh.
Peterson pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Someone should have tagged up. Come on, guys.
10-4 is how it ends. Roger Dodger ground beef control. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us. All right, just about set to go. And towing the slab in this one, Justin Steele. What do you have on him?
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
High in the air, out to right. Betts makes the grab, and that's the inning. Nothing doing there for San Francisco as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead.
Oh, Matt, welcome in. How you doing?
Bottom of the inning, and digging
How's
in
your
for San
Sunday?
Francisco,
Happy Father's
Joe
Day if you're a
Pickett.
father. I'm not a father. I'm a single
Down
boy.
to the dirt, swing and a miss.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Grounder off the pitcher. Throw on to Freeman, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Well, these are the ones you hate to see. It got him right in the head. Amazingly, he looks like he might be okay. He's kind of waving everyone off.
You have a nice Sunday too, buddy.
1 down. Dansby Swanson will hit
next.
next.
After this series,
he's already
I'm
homered here in
gonna
this one.
Get off.
Ground ball up the middle.
Maybe to punch.
Pickett. Jump throw across his body. Awesome play there.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get.
Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Come on, give me a pitch to hit.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Next offering misses, and it's 1-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Come on. You know you want to throw more than just a slider.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Napier has a beat on it. Puts the squeeze on that one.
Oh,
2 way
jeez, you
down.
should have went back tagged and got second. Come on, man.
No outs.
Why can't
Runner
we
at
not be
first.
smart here,
And now the right
guys?
fielder, Mookie Betts. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. On the ground, 2 ball. Luciano over to second to Bradley and 2.
Well, that at bat had a lot.
And now it's Gavin Lux.
Gavin Lux.
The 0-2.
I don't want
Ground
Gavin
ball
Lux
left
to
side
get a
could
hit,
be
guys.
2.
Come on.
Flips it. Luciano
Got him.
tossed to second. Not in time at first.
come
It's a
on.
fielder's choice.
Good two-seam action right there.
8-3 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Back here at Oracle Park. Now here is Joe Pickett. And the pitch. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Pickett in his 2nd season, just 21 years old. And he's a former Rookie of the Year. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Right-hander kicks, deals. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And he grounds one back up the middle. Oh, great stop. Fires to first. Got him. Great play to keep the lead. And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett. Grounded out to short in his first trip. On the ground to short could be 2. Swanson to second, and that's 2.
Got the batter.
Damn.
Michael Busch steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 1 for 2. Up the middle.
Got him.
And they go down fast. 3 outs on 3 pitches.
All right, give me a pitch to hit.
Now it's the second baseman.
Give me a
Joe
pitch to
Pickett.
hit.
Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Can't glove it cleanly. But he wins the foot race to first. Good job of Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
Come on, give me my pitch.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul out of play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Here comes the 0-1.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Pitch misses there. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2
Too
strikes.
close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons he let it go by. He's still in the
No,
at-bat.
that's outside. Ball.
I don't think he'll let the next one go.
The pitch. And now the count filled up 3-2.
Oh, 3-2.
That smash towards center.
Base it.
Napier
Oh.
makes a nice grab and a full sprint.
Bull crap.
So no run.
This, do you see how bull
Next to
crap
hit,
this
Miguel
freaking game
Vargas.
is? No way.
On the ground, right side.
Got him.
Gets it to first. 1 away in the top half of the 10th. Close one here today, and your final 5-4. A 1-run extra inning win.
First for the victorious Dodgers. 5 runs.
I was hitting home runs, and now
One
now
down.
it won't let me
Here's
hit
the
home
second
runs.
baseman, Joe Pickett.
Wow, that's a bad batting average. Holy crap.
Runner takes off. Cut on and miss.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Throw. Save.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for these guys.
Next pitch is popped up.
Damn.
Freeman makes the play. 2 down. 1 out, base is empty. And now it's Gavin Lux. He's 0 for 1. And a 1-2. Right side. Pickett.
Got him.
Tosses to first. And there's 2 away.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
Bounced up the middle.
Got it.
Throw over to Bradley. And Betts is set down.
Alright.
Now it's the
give me
second
a pitch
baseman,
to
Joe
hit.
Pickett.
Jeez.
First time up was a pop out.
0-for-1.
Swings through that one.
How can I?
This
I
guy's usually
can't
not
catch
one
it.
to chase pitches off the plate.
I should be
but he
able
did
to hit
there.
those
We'll see if he
pitches.
can tighten up his zone a little bit.
And a
There we
base
go.
hit into right.
There we go.
Burleson around second, headed for third. Throw cut off, now to the plate. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning
That's
over.
right, I got a hit though.
So
Person, what are you
here's
doing?
the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Swinging a foul straight back. Pickett in his second season, just 21 years old, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2
Pitching it
strikes.
in
A
there.
little anxious, a little aggressive early in the count. Too much for me.
Jeez.
Got it by him for the K.
Yeah, of course it's gonna go by me. I
Here's
don't
the
have a
third
bat
baseman,
that can
Yorbit
freaking hit it.
Vivas. He's already homered in this game.
Hey, we got no one here.
Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Swanson coming home, and that's going to roll to the wall. Runner from second scores as they add on, and they're up by 4. Safely into third. It's an RBI triple.
You throw it to the cutoff man.
Still able to come through.
Do they
Man at
teach you
second
that in
here with 2
Triple
away.
A, man?
Gavin Lux, the next to hit. He's already homered here in this one. On the ground, right side. Throw over to Bradley, and that is that. So no.
Hey, we got 2 down
Base is
now.
empty with 2 away. And now Jack Peterson. On the ground, right side.
Stop, pivot, throw it.
Throw
Got it.
over to Bradley, and that is
I
that.
hate this animation that they do.
Now it's the second baseman,
on MLB
Joe Pickett,
sometimes.
1 for 3.
The animation didn't used to be like that.
Now this is in the air down the line. Betts
foul,
on the
go foul.
move. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's 2 down.
I think they're
10-1
not
the
allowed
final
to catch
score.
over there.
Well, I think the wind ended up. So up.
It's Padres, 133. My worst batting average. I'm hot and cold. Okay.
So 2 down. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. Up the middle. And that one handled. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits. So now the DH spot, Harold Weber. Grounded out his first time up. In the air, right side of the infield. Pickett under
I
it.
got it. I got it.
2 away.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open.
And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play.
Alright.
And there's a ball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Bradley over at second. Luciano at first. 2 out of the inning.
Hey, take a rip like you can. Here you go, baby.
Next offering is in
I
for a
should have
strike.
whipped at that. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Base hit.
And
Let's
a
go.
base hit. Bradley headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the
Why
inning.
would you score?
Ha-Sung Kim,
Oh my
the next up for the
gosh.
Padres. The 1-2. On the ground, right side. Pickett.
Just go up to a base.
In plenty of time to
Let
first,
someone else drive
and
you
that'll do
home.
it.
Unless
Now
if
it's
you're
Nick
on that
Senzel.
third base, do not score. Unless if you're going to be able to make it.
Hit on the ground might be 2. Luciano. On to second to get 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. 1 for 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Yeah, you can do it. No one bet. Let's go.
And another ball.
Luke Weaver is the pitcher.
Nice and patient.
And I guess
At
he's
the belt
running
and
out
fire.
of gas.
Swing and a ball popped up.
Look out.
Kim makes the grab, 1 away. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. 1 for 3. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play.
7 there. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
0-2 as he waves at that one.
Cold night tonight,
Let's go.
Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
In the
Damn.
dirt, Malone gathers, throws to first, gets the out, 2 down after the strikeout.
Well, I don't think
That's
there's a
horrible.
hitter alive that hasn't at some
was
point
horrible.
succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye.
So 2 down. Now it's Nick Senzel. And he deals to the right side.
Got him.
Throw over to Bradley, and that'll do it. So no runs here. So the lineup flips over. Matt Schrock, the next up for the Padres. 0 for 1 so far. Kicks and fires. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3. And they turn the double play.
I think there's always something pretty about watching.
Now at the plate, Joe Pickett. And first offering is fouled off.
You know what's interesting, Boog, is Joe took a trip to Antarctica in the 2022 offseason, and guess what?
What?
He threw the fastest pitch in the history of Antarctica.
In the dirt. In time
Why
to ball.
can I not
And
hit
that
now?
ends the... Ian Happ up to hit. He popped out his first time. Swing and a bouncer. Pickett
Got him.
tosses to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. Welcome back. New inning getting started. And the batter will be the shortstop, Nick Senzel. To the right side, Pickett
Got him.
sends it to first. 1 away here in the 5th. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Musgrove back to work. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. Pickett, the former rookie of the year, just 21 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick in 2023.
That was the
It really
same
looks like these
pitch.
hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And a foul ball.
I always remember watching Johan Santana pitch, and when he was in his prime, you would see a lot of guys out in front, right-handers pulling that change up in the stands, and then
Damn.
fouling the fastball the opposite field up into the stands.
In time to Vaughn. 1 away, bottom of the 6th. And now here is Joe Pickett.
Hey, your turn. Drive him in right here.
Base hit, let's go.
And he can't make the play. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Got a hit.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spit off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
And first offering is fouled off. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he won around. Just enough that time. And time called at the plate. Maybe trying to slow things down here at a crucial spot. And the 0-2. Outside.
Come on, big guy, get your pitch.
Ground ball right side. And that one finds its way through. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there. Down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet. These 2-game series have a different feel. There's kind of an urgency, so to come in and take
4.
3 or
Dodgers again. At least my batting average is out of the 091 217. It could get better.
So digging in, Joe Pickett.
Let's see.
In the air, right field. That settles underneath it.
No, that's bad.
And a couple of quick outs. And now it's Gavin Lux. And he grounds one to the right side.
Got him.
Throw over to Bradley. And that is the inning. Top of the 6th inning. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Gonsolin back to work. Popped up.
Oh my goodness.
Pulls it in for the out.
The offense needs to start showing.
Next is the Dodger DH, Michael Busch.
Hey, we got no one.
Here's the 0-1. Ground ball could be 2. And that chance handled. Fires to second for 1. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing. Down the third baseman, Miguel Vargas. 1 for 2. Kicks and deals. Bounce to the right side. Base hit and a run in to score.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI.
So 1 out, nobody on. Now it's the right fielder, Mookie Betts.
That's a good way
1 for 3.
Right there, okay.
He caught it behind his back. Gathers and throws, and that's a great play for the out. 1 down. Here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Good eye right there.
Hey, let it rip one time. Need you right here.
Righty delivers.
Base hit.
Base
Let's go.
hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
For the victorious Dodgers.
Coming to you live from Southern California. 1 down. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. To short, could be 2. Good feed. That's 1. And that's 2. Back here in L.A. onto the 3rd inning. And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Pickett. And he hits a ground ball right side. Lux throws to first in time. And one away in the top of the 3rd. Here's Jock Peterson. Hit it well, but flied out to the deepest part of the outfield his first time. Line drive. Pajes pulls that one down. One down.
Nice play.
First and second, 1 out. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
That one's in there. That's strike 1.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation.
Oh, and a great stop. Lux over to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. So no runs. 2 hits.
Glasses.
And now it's Gavin Lux. And a pitch. On the ground to 3rd. Goes to second for 1. Throw to first, but he beat it.
We got the one on at second, though.
And now Joe Pickett.
I know I'm slow, but I'm not that slow. Base hit.
Swing and a line drive. Base hit out of the center field.
That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting.
And up next for Los Angeles, Gavin Lux. The wind and the pitch. Soft contact in the air. Puts it away for the out.
I made the play.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. And up next for San Francisco, Joe Pickett.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center.
Towards first.
They're not going to get it back.
He can't make the play. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job.
I'm not going to pass the mission, but I got a base hit.
A really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock. Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
So 2 down. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit.
Oh, 267. Okay, I'm starting to creep up now.
And the first offering is not close. Burleson off of first with 2 away. Swing and a ball popped up. Lux trying to get there. Flashes the leather on the run and catch. That is the.
There's no way a baseball can
now
stay
it's the
that
second
long
baseman,
up in the
Joe
air.
Pickett.
But all right, let's go.
That hits the dirt. Ball 1. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Lays out and makes the play.
Go.
Runner tagging and heading for home.
Sack fly RBI. Let's go. I wanted a base hit.
And wow, what a great diving catch, Singy. StatCast says that was a near. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. He's 0 for 1.
Freeman.
Here comes the 0-1. To the right side, Pickett to first, and Freeman is retired. Harvey Napier digs in now.
Here we go.
And the right-hander deals. On the ground. 2 away.
The batter, the second baseman.
And up next for the Giants, Joe Pickett.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left
jeez.
field. Peterson makes the play, and it's out number 3.
And at the bat.
Dansby Swanson stands in.
One down now, one down.
Out to short. And it gets by him. Peterson around third. Here's the throw to the plate. But it's offline. He will score. And now it's 12.
Of course it is.
Base is empty, one away. Joe Pickett, the next Giant to hit. Out there to center. Napier.
Of course it's going to be a fly ball for an out.
It puts the squeeze on it. That's out number 2. 12-4 is the way this one finishes. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. The batter now will be Will Smith, coming off a big one yesterday where he knocked in 5. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Can't field it cleanly, but in time. Nice job to stay with it to end the inning. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. No score. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Bottom of the second. Here come the Dodgers. No score. And Jock Peterson stands in. That one to first, and it finds its way through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Pulled that one right.
First and second, 2 down. Here's the rookie third baseman, Yorbit Vivas. Good power, not great in the OBP department. In plenty of time to first, inning over. 2. Back here at the ballpark, here's the second baseman, Joe Pickett.
Hey, one time, right now. Here we go.
Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. That's down and in. Pickett in his second season, hitting 9th in today's lineup, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. Smoked on the ground a second. Throw on to Freeman. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Pitch.
Now it's the second baseman, Joe Pickett. Grounded out his first time. That one's in there, 0-1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
The 1-1.
Ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Righty to the plate. And a foul ball.
Let's go, kid. Here we go.
Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
And that's ball 4.
I'll take a walk.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still.
So the batting order turns over, and next for LA, Harvey Napier. The 0-1. On the ground, right side. That's a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. And now it's Mookie Betts, 1 for 2.
Come on, Mookie.
Grounder might be 2. To second, there's 1. To Bradley, and 2.
Can I come up to bat
Joe
now?
Pickett,
Thanks.
the next Giant to hit.
Let me see.
First pitch, and he just misses.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
In the air out towards right center. Napier in position. He makes the catch, and there's two down.
Oh my goodness, dude.
And now it's Gavin Lux.
This game just pisses me off sometimes.
Ground ball left side, could be two.
I hit it deep where the guy could have gone to
Toss to
third
second,
base.
over to first, safe. And welcome back. And up to the plate is Will Smith.
Oh.
Bounce to the right. Pickett.
Got him.
Fires over to first. And a quick out, number 1. 2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris.
Oh, buddy. Guys, that's it. That's gonna do it for my video. I hope you guys all have a great Father's Day and a great Sunday. I'll see you guys all next time. Have a good one, everybody.